Cora Sue, do you think you could turn off the vacuum cleaner, dear? Could we not have any vacuuming today at all? The racket is fraying the hell. Oh, I'm sorry, I know you don't like profanities. Fraying the hooey out of my nerves.
All right, if you don't want it, then we won't have it.
Thank you, dear. I'm not feeling at all well today, and the doorman that I get on with wasn't in, and the other doorman refused to walk Balzac. That's why he did his dirty deed right there on the carpet. I'm terribly sorry that you had to clean it up. If I'd felt at all better, I'd have cleaned it up.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh. Why don't you take a breathing spell, dear? We'll have a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, I think I might have gotten a strain of flu that the doorman had because I feel like a violet today. I've always thought that my temperament was particularly unsuitable for someone with my name. I mean, I see I'm getting it screwed up. I've always thought that my name was particularly unsuitable for someone of my temperament. You see, I'm very dizzy today. But today I feel like a little shrinking violet. Oh, thank you, dear. You know, you're not at all like my mother, Cora Sue, but she didn't like profanity either. Personally, I think a conversation without profanity is like soup without salt.
Well, you shouldn't be having that either. I keep trying to tell you, salt is bad for you.
Well, speaking of flavorless soup, I think I might have contracted this flu at the Blue Ship Diner. You know, the other day I found a short black hair on my butter plate. Oh no! And it wasn't Balzac's either. Do you think that might have been it?
Well, I don't think that you should eat at the Blue Ship Diner. I personally would never eat at that establishment. Ever. When were you there?
Yesterday.
You can't go a day without going there, can you?
I know. It's pathetic. It's the hub of my existence. Well, you see, when I was a little girl, it was the garden, the neighbors next door. And then when I was a young woman in France as a bride, it was the corner pub of the bistro. And then during the war, while I was nursing soldiers, I'd run out to the canteen. And after the war, it was the jazz clubs and the Communist Party meetings. I never joined, but I thought the men were very fetching in the berets with the smoking the pipes with the little beards. I noticed that the men have got the little beards again. It's very handsome. And then after the war, it was the bar. And then there was the other bar, and there was a bar. It was a bar for a good long while. And then after all my friends became old people and died, I became fond of the new and the young, you see, so it became the Blue Ship Diner. I'm cold.
Mm-hmm. You're shivering.
Am I? Am I?
Yeah, why don't we just cover you on up here?
Oh, thank you, Cora. You're very kind. Do you have to go now?
Mm-mm.
Are you sure?
No, I have another hour with you.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did I ever tell you the story of smuggling birth control back to the States before the war?
No, you haven't told me that one yet.
Well, oh, you do believe in birth control, Cora. Your church isn't one of those.
Well, I don't know what my church's opinion is, but yes, I believe in birth control.
Good, Cora. I'm glad that you got good sense. No, I meant to say, Bill and I used birth control because I was a child. I was only 19. I didn't want to have any children. So we were coming back to the States for the winter, and we ended up spending most of the time in Chicago with Bill's family. Terrible people, had a dreadful time. Anyway, first we were to arrive in Boston by ship, stay with Bill's relatives for a few days, and then go by train to New York and make all the gay rounds for the Christmas parties. And I thought, what a wonderful stocking present for a few of my bosom friends, but to give them some diaphragms, dear. And then I'd give the rest out to the Sangerites to distribute to the public at large. Can you believe that diaphragms were illegal? Can you believe that still they're complaining about teen pregnancies and still we've got to be smuggling birth control out to the young? Can't these idiots see? Can't they see that there's a connection?
No, of course they can. Did you watch the State of the Union address last night? Did you see them making any type of connections?
No, dear, you're right. That's why I call them idiots. So, I got in touch with a doctor in Lyons, and he sold me a satchel full of diaphragms, all different sizes, around 3 dozen. We get off the boat in Boston, and there's Bill's relatives waving from the dock, you know, a very old, staunch, old, staid Boston. They're gonna put us at the Beacon Hill for the weekend. And we come off the boat, we come through customs without a hitch, and then Bill's cousin takes a strap of my satchel and he says, "Allow me, missus." I said, no, that's quite all right. He says, "No, allow me." I said, "No, that's quite all right." He says, "Allow." I said, "It's quite all right." And I tried to hold on, and don't you know, Cora Sue, the satchel ripped apart, and 3 dozen diaphragms came streaming out onto the docks there in Boston. And there were people everywhere, passengers swirling about, everyone froze, came to an absolute standstill, and just stared at these diaphragms littering the docks. People said, I turned a very dark shade of Bordeaux, which is my favorite wine at the time. And you know what happened? Right! Suddenly, these Boston Irish Catholics made a mad scramble for the diaphragm. Every father's daughter, every mother's son went diving for these diaphragms. A riot broke out, scrambling. Policemen had to be summoned. Women were sticking the devices between their breasts to keep them from being confiscated. One man jumped into the harbor and swam for it. We were driven directly to the train station, and the highest dungeon we put directly on the train to New York. Well, I suppose that might have been the beginning of the foundering of my marriage to Bill. Although I think even he found it funny at the time. America's a funny place, isn't it, Cora Sue? Mm-hmm. Well, it is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Well, that's really all I have to say.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can say.
Well, yeah. I suppose. Yeah, I suppose it is.
Listen, sweetheart. It is cold here in the north of California. Each morning, we now have to get a ride in the truck of Danny, one of the Chicano guys, to Mr. Smith's Brussels sprout farm. It rains much. The wind comes like cold hands from over the cliffs and seizes us by our necks and shakes us like puppies. It rains much. The Brussels sprouts are glazed with frost each daybreak when we arrive. The Chicanos say the rains are good, it's good for the crops. It hasn't rained like this in many years. But we are chilled to the bone of our bones. And another thing is making us shiver, and that is, we have a ghost. Do not be worried, Elisabetta, because he has told us he comes for friendship only. Emmanuel was relieving himself on the other side of Danny's truck when the ghost came behind him in the mirror. In English, he told him, "Do not be frightened. I am Cobain, the friendly ghost." The Chicanos translate this as meaning he comes as a friend. But anyway, they don't really believe he is there. For some strange cause, none of the Chicanos have laid eyes on him. Ever since we found the little nude gringa talking to herself in the Brussels sprouts, this ghost has been visiting us. He is blonde and skinny and walks the cliffs. We have seen him many times, especially at daybreak. He likes our singing or humming. This has brought him twice. He stands naked except for a cloak of ice plants and a thin layer of sand covering him, and his reflection wobbles in the stiff grass as if we are only seeing a shadow of a figure. We Mexicans have started to scatter some crumbs for him at lunch. Just a few tortillas. The Chicanos laugh at us, but what do they know, the pendejos? He must be hungry, no? Elacio agrees with me that it was the little gringa who brought the ghost. The sheriff says she took drugs from a dance on the beach, and then she walked into the sea. I think she must have wakened him from where the dead are sleeping. Elacio has hurt his leg, and he may have to go back home. We couldn't take him to the hospital because they have passed a law here to deport us if we go there. The Chicanos said, "Don't worry, they don't enforce their laws here," but we didn't want to take that risk. Little Joe has a bad cough, and it will not go away. He had to quit working the fields, but it's okay because he got a good job in Sacramento preparing salads in a good restaurant. We hope his cough will get better there and he will stop coughing blood. But anyway, we are grateful that he got the good job preparing salads. Pray for him and for me also, and for this lonely ghost to find his peace. I pray for you and Esther and Nilda and Miguel and Danielle. Please kiss them for me. Here's your money. Did you buy them candy for Christmas as I told you to? I wish I could be there in this moment to drink a coffee and watch you wash your face and neck in the sun while all of our little donkeys are braying. Love always, your husband, Carlito. I'm doing an all-nighter to Pittsburgh. That take you anywhere you're going? Sure. Careful. Yeah. Slam it hard. There you go. Where are you headed? New York City to visit my Aunt Jeanette. You a Hoosier? Nah. Me neither. Illinois. Oregon. What are you doing in Indiana? Just passing through? Well, I tried to visit my dad, Bruce. Oh yeah? Yeah. He's in Marion. Oh yeah? Penitentiary. Yeah. Oh yeah. Marijuana smuggle. My name's Wayne. Skeeter. Oh yeah? Yeah. Are you look upset, Sneezer? Are you, I am. It's okay. It's okay. Pour your heart out. Let Uncle Wayne have it. Keeps me awake. It's entertainment for me. Go ahead. Pour your heart out. They wouldn't even let me see him. This has been one taxatious hitch. I mean, I grew up hitching rides, but this west to east hitch has been taxatious and rackish in the extreme, you know? I've been frozen to death on this trip. I've been bored to tears. I was nearly raped by a woman. Called sexually coerced by a rampant female, skeezer. It's more masculine. Sure. Anyways, and I got stuck in Indian territory. Oh yeah? Yeah, but then I got kind of immersed in that from a cultural viewpoint and all like that. Yeah, but anyways, I nearly qualified for the frozen food section in Wisconsin until I got picked up in this pickup by this girl driving her uncle's stolen pickup. Hold on. 10-4, good buddy. I got a 14-year-old here on a crying jag. Call you back. Over and out. I'm 16. Knew you weren't 18. Anyway, this girl was driving 400 miles to get an abortion. I'm pro-life, but I can sympathize with your situation. Yeah? Oh yeah, go on. This is good. It's a good story. So, I was hoping to make it there by Xmas, you know, since this half-breed Sioux rancher dude gave me a ride out of South Dakota. Turned out he knew my dad, Bruce, from prison. And he told me he was going to be in something called Section C, because in addition to smuggling marijuana, he, subsequent to his incarceration, wrote letters to media officials regarding his sale of reefer to this Senator Flinch Whitcomb back in 1975. Whoa dear. So they would not let him have visitors. You know, but they might make an exception if I made it by the holidays. But then I got way lost in those back roads of Wisconsin. And then I met Camille. Who? The girl getting the abortion, dude. Right. And then I just got all waylaid by her. Wait, you got laid? Nah. She was having an abortion, Wayne. Wouldn't have to worry about getting her pregnant. She was vomiting and all, dude. I see your point. Besides, I'm already stricken with love for these two babe dudes in Cali, Clove and Sable. I thought about falling in love with Camille, but it would have just been overmuch. Right, seeing as I fall hard. Oh yeah? Yeah, so I hung with Camille in Milwaukee, waited for her to get her abortion, and then me and her consorted for a few days after that, you know, apropos of her trauma and all like that. Did you get laid? Nah, we couldn't. Dry humping. Yeah. Dry humping in the pickup. You're all right, Kiefer. Skeeter. So why are you crying? I'm not anymore, dude, because you're tangentially getting me distracted off of my chagrin. So why were you crying? Because I wanted to see my dad. When's the last time you saw him? 4 years old, and before that, 9 years old. 9 years old, and then 4 years old, yeah. You only saw him twice. Well, till I was 3, he hung out with me and my Ma Linda, you know, but after that, he split. That about summarizes it. So what happened? So I get to Marion, and they told me he was in Section C, and I couldn't see him, couldn't even so much as write him a fucking note. And when I said, that must be on the illegal slope of the criminal justice climb, they started to ask me if my age was of legal tender and for some ID. So I told them my mom was waiting out in the car, and she just didn't want to come in. I gave them some fake ID, and I exited rapidamente. Good lie! Good escape! You did good! Yeah. And I just walked a long ways until I thumbed down your massive vehicle. Debbie! Huh? The truck! Oh, yeah. Hello, Debbie. And the rest is contemporaneous. That was good, Jeeper. That was good. Time for a donut break. Crack open that Hostess box and hand me that thermos. Let me tell you something. What? You're better off. What? You're better off you didn't see him. Your old man's a troublemaking loser. That's what my ma Linda says. Mother's always right, Jeep Skeeter. Mother's always right. Gulp of Joe?
Thank you.
Yep. It's a long haul. It's a long haul. But we're gonna make it. Yep. We gotta. Yeah. Yep, we gotta.
Why are you so late for class, and why didn't Posner say anything? Because they had me all talking to that hectic counselor. Ever since I walked into the ocean at the rave, they think I'm all suicidally tendacious. They think I'm all Generation X and all influenced by Kurt Cobain. It is so dull. Well, what do you say? I say no. Duh. Star, star, star. But it is true. You do have those fiendish dreams about KC. Spiral, 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 spiral. Yeah, but that is not Kurt Cobain himself. That is the ghost of Kurt Cobain. You know, and I know that we were never all fan-like. I only started to like In Utero recently, and you even disagree with me about that. It's not the same as being influenced. He wants something for saving me from drowning. He is haunting me. It's entirely different. This note is way too fucking long. Yeah, it really was. We had to start a new sheet of paper and we hardly did any drawings. Posner is so dull. I know. I hate it when he gets all hectic and starts talking about Bosnia and stuff. I get all, like, I can't breathe. I get all, like, more than agged. I get all complex, like, bolted. All bolted? Yeah, like, I just can't breathe. I just can't stand to think about all those people all trapped in those cities all by themselves and all those armies and all. I just can't breathe. Right, so don't think about it. But are you sure you're not a tad influenced by Cobain? You look a tad fiended. Are you still sleepwalking? Yeah, I think so. Because last night I woke up in my little brother's room scratching an onion against his guitar. What were you doing scratching an onion against Kyler's guitar? Sleepwalking. Duh. God, you are really egging me to excess today. Right, so let's talk about Bosnia with Posner. This class is so learning impeded. Right, well, whose idea was it to take it for our history credit? Well, it has a good name. This century in the news is a good name. Boing, boing, boing. Well, I thought so at the time. Dude, I've been getting raging headways about that boy Skeeter that we met at the rave. Oh, did he send you a postcard? No. I was drowned and arrested. How could I give him my address? Did you get something from him? Good. Yes, he sent me a postcard. What do you mean, good? What did it say? Flower petal. It said he thinks of me all the time. Teardrop on flower petal. Well, I'm sure if he had my address, he would have written to me too. That's funny, because that's what he says in my dreams. Penis, near, teardrop. That he thinks of me all the time? Ooh, I'm so ultra-planted. No, that he thinks of me all the time. Well, he sent me the postcard. Lips next to penis. Did he ask for your address? Fags underneath lips. No, I put it in his pocket when he hitched off. Oh, so you threw yourself in his pocket. How was his pocket? Log hand with long, sharp fingernails, dripping blood covering the entire page. New sheet of paper. It doesn't matter, never mind. I'm gonna get stoked in the bathroom after class. Do you want to come? No, I want to be alone. She wants to be alone. Lady wearing veil. Yes, she does. Black out. Is that you? You went out the window. Take a look at my blue vein, shining through pale skin, like the vein of Cobain, who died in pain, blowing a bullet through his brain. Take a look at my blue vein. Tree is bare, branching, sew it to his blue brains as thread, winding, turning and bent, branching and split, but never slit, still spun from the heart. Blue vein, carry it with you to the beat. Blue vein, spin out. Blue vein, run bold, blood fast, blood sweet. Blue vein, unfold, unclasp, unseat. Blue vein, run wild, but without rupture. Blue vein, run ravenous deep, but do not puncture. Bare branch, blue vein, entrance me with your dance. Practice my pulse, enchant me with your chants. This is no ode to sad Cobain who died in vain. This is the ode to my blue vein, shining through pale skin. Come on, Paul. Why don't you let me run the crystal healing energy on you? It'll feel good.
Oh, yeah. You feel good enough to me, Jeanette, hon.
No, Paul, I mean on a cellular level.
Oh, well, Jeannie, why don't we just stay on this level and agree to disagree?
Because I want you to feel the healing energy. I want to open you up wide.
Oh, well, you could just massage my prostate like you used to, Jeannie.
No, I'm not your mistress anymore, teddy bear.
Well, I'll leave Polly if you massage my prostate.
Here it is. It's a Mytilene stalagmite cave chrome crystal from 1500 BC. Now lie still.
Right.
Breathe. No, do it. Paul, I'm picking up a lot of bilious energy in your ninth gate. That's the seat of the conscience. Oh, Paul, there's smoke blocking your 8th gate. Smoke from fires, industrial explosive fires. Paul, you've been involved in the deaths of thousands of people. Children, mothers, fathers, they're panicking, they can't get out, the doors are closed, they can't get out. What does this have to do with you, Paul? I see your fingers holding a pen, signing a document. I see your brown hairs on your wrist, your Rolex watch. Paul, I'm going to see if the crystal can just heal this for you. Oh, no, it can't. Okay, let's move on to your 7th gate. Oh, it's better here. I see an ancient forest and a beautiful river running through it that is killing everything in sight. The fish are floating belly up. It's filled with an invisible poison, Paul. What does this have to do with you? I see your lips moving. I see men's ears. They're listening to you. Their hearts are beating under their ties. Paul, they're taking your words to heart. I'm gonna try and cleanse this. I'm gonna try very... No! In your 6th gate, I see your wife, Polly. Oh. She's tired. Oh, you've lied to Polly. You've lied to your family. You've lied to me. Paul, look! It's turned black! The crystal has turned black! Paul, you have to go away! You don't fit into my new life. You have to leave.
Oh, okay, Jeanette.
How can you seem so sweet to me and be responsible for all of this?
That's just it. I wasn't responsible.
But you men are supposed to be responsible!
But that's just it. We aren't.
I see. That's why Polly hates you.
She doesn't hate me. She loves me. I lied.
I see.
Okay, I'm gonna go now, okay, Jeanette?
Oh, Paul, don't go. Hold me.
Oh, Jeanette, you're better than all of this. I think it's just remarkable how you've gotten out of the business and into this crystal razzmatazz. It's remarkable. I can see that. It really is. You don't need a dolt like old Paul Folsom in your life. You're healing, Miss Gladchnois, as you like to say, and you'll get there. I can see that you really will.
How come the same wonderful, sweet man comforting me and advising me to break off with this bad man is the same man? How come?
I don't know, Jeanette. How come moss grows under bridges? If I knew anything, do you think I have lived my life this way? I've done things with my life, and I've expended enough brain power to accomplish those things, but do you think for one moment I've known anything? If I have, it's been that I love my children, and I love making love to you. And even those things I've only known infrequently.
Oh, Paul, I love you.
You shouldn't.
Push is back, people! Push is back! Hey ho, where my tree used to be. My pee-pee is burning like a disco inferno. They are playing up inside my piss pipe, people. Bushy did a big whack on the pipe tonight, and now they are playing my piss. It's true, I got singing piss, people. Wow! Don't throw eggs at me, you condo-ass Wonder Breads. You can't throw. You think if I was throwing eggs at you, I would miss? No! The answer is no! Bushy pissed on a star today. Bushy pissed upon a star! I used to piss here. Oh, where my tree used to be. That's one reason she died. Everybody used to piss on her. And then that night, the condo asses had me tied to it in the rainstorm. The cops yanked it real hard. That's what killed my tree. I was cursing! The sanitations came and took her away after Christmas, and I swore, out of respect, I would never piss on this spot again! Those Wonder Breads, stop throwing eggs! Why don't you get a new tree, huh? Now that the fundings are cut, buy a new tree! Well, she knows, well, she's smart, well, she pissed on a star today. It was Charlie Fred. I go, ain't that Charlie Fred who had all those hits back in the 70s? Me and my main girl Magenta used to dance to his song, jumped on the jam slide on her brother Felix's 8-track. We used to dance, bum, 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 bum. We'd stand on the top of her granny's plastic wrap couch, jump off, jump on the jam, damn! Till we had all black and blues. I fucking idolated Charlie Frets. I said to all my PR black bitches, I said, see, white people can get down on it. White people can funk it up. Look at Charlie Frets. Is he hot or is he not? Yeah, and they had to agree. Me and Magenta, we used to make up dances when we was little. I used to blow her belly button. The Gentle Rush, Magdalena Rigoba. Nobody knows. Nobody but Bushy in this tree hole knows what Bushy did. So he pulls up to the curb, and I go, it is Charlie Fred. And he goes, which one of yous will piss on me? Pam wouldn't. Nuts wasn't feeling too good as usual. Snapple said she had enough rides for the afternoon that was perverted. I go, you used to be a star. Why do you want me to piss on you? I'll do you regular. He goes, I got real women for that. I want you for degradation. I didn't want to, tree hole. I didn't want to. But Terry had just took my whole tank, and I needed something for myself, you know? So I pissed all over him in his gray sedan down by Time Storage Warehouse. I pissed all over him, but inside I was singing his song. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Then he gave me 20, which is cheap when you think how big hits he had back in 75. But I took it for my hit, and I took it for real. You missed again with your eggs, lame ass. And Bushy got way up beyond the stars. Like I'm way up inside of Magenta Rush's belly button. I don't care if she's married to that Christian-ass Bible dealer and she don't see me no more. Cause inside it's jingling, my piss pipe is singing. Jump on the jam slide, do the funky glide. Ooh, baby, I love you. Ooh. Here I am. Don't you just love the Better Bee Boutique here at the mall? Mm-hmm. I'm just having this cup of coffee. It is so black and rich. How did we ever survive before they built the Better Bean? I know, I was thinking about that. Well, what did we do? That's right. We went to the Patchwork Quilt Cafe. Oh, we had to drink cup after cup of that. Remember those little blue frill curtains? They never washed them. Now this is just so, I only need one little old
Well, you know that they say the best bean is from northern Africa. It's called the Arabica. Let's sit down, hon. Okay, do you mind if I take this chair? Thank you very much. Right here, hon. Buddy, are you drinking that whole big jumbo cup by yourself? That's what you're gonna drink until you lose weight? But Bunny, you're a big girl. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Bunny. You've always been a big gal. Well, all right, I don't want to talk to you about it. I'm in too good of a mood, never mind. Let me try yours. Oh, it's delicious. Thank you. Do I? Well, I feel 40 years younger. I feel like Paula Renard with no Folsom at the end of her name. No, I'm not going to leave him. No, he'd have to leave me. I would keep the house. Well, Paul called me and he said he's on another business trip in New York City doing you know what, and I don't care two figs. Well, it all has to do with when I lost my wedding ring down the garbage disposal. You remember that, and I called you, and you told me to call that nice man who installed the garbage disposal. You liked him so much, and you implied, well, I know you didn't outright say it, Bunny, but you implied, I had already gone and called him. Because it made sense. He said, if you have any problems, give a ring, and I had a problem, so I called him up, and he came and he put that hooky. Well, I know you know, Bunny. I know you know the story. I'm just trying to tell you the sequence of events. But you want to hear? All right. So he came and he couldn't find anything. And that first day, I remember Beverly gave him a glass of iced tea, which she made for him. And he said he would come back. So he came back for 3 weeks. And each time he never found anything, and Paul was never there. And then he started coming by around 6 after Beverly was gone. And then we would just talk, just about anything, different styles of churches that people like to go to, that townhouse development that they're building over on the old meadows, just anything. We just talk. And then, one day, Paul called me, and he told me that he was coming back to the States, but he was not going to come back directly to Virginia, but he was rather stopping over in New York. And I just got so fumed up for the trillionth time. Oh, right, I know you don't want to hear about Paul. Well, Reuben came by just at that moment, and I gave him a slice of cherry pie, which Beverly had baked, and he just sat there eating it and exclaiming about how good it was. And then when he came up to that last forkful, Bunny, he just slid it right in my mouth before I could do anything. We did. But Bunny, he's 12 years younger than I am. You don't think that's wrong? Oh, good. I knew you were going to say that. Bunny, but we were brought up that you shouldn't sleep with someone who isn't your husband. I mean, we were brought up that was wrong, Bunny, Suzanne Pete. Good. I'm glad. I agree. No, I'm glad. Well, there's just one little old thing, Bunny. No, I can't tell you. Well, no, he's not. No, he is divorced. And he's a good man. He put his son through college with the garbage disposal business. He's a good man. He's so nice and kind and polite. He's so different from anything I've ever known. And yet he's so familiar. He's black, Bunny. He's one of them. Bunny, Suzanne Peters! Where are you going? Bunny, you can't leave me. You've been my best friend for 50 years. You can't leave little poor Polly the parrot. Bunny, come back. Polly want a cracker? Hey, Polly want a cracker? Excuse me, young man. Yes, I'd like another cup of coffee. Java brew. No milk this time. No, I take it black now. Nice weather that we've been having recently, isn't it?
What I want to know is, why'd you have to pick him up when we don't even have enough room for our own?
Because he's a good kid and he needed a ride. Have you ever needed something in your life?
Nee, Joey, nee. I need a new friggin' life, huh? I need a new washing machine to wash your kids' dirty clothes. I need a new floor for our dining room. Give me a new pack.
You need a new set of lungs.
Joe Jr., hand your mother her cotton. Since your father's a freaky creep who picks up freaky low-life hitchhikers when he won't.
That's it. I can't take no more of this. I'm turning off.
But this is the Jersey Turnpike.
I don't care. Well then, I've had enough. I don't care. You're embarrassing me. This is too much. I'm sorry, kid. I gotta drop yous here. But this is the turnpike. Get out! I'm sorry, kid. I can't take it no more. What? Ever.
See, Joey, you made a bad situation worse. Mommy, he hit me.
Shut up, all of yous.
I bet me, oh, pagan goddess of the turnpikes, bet me deity dudes in my hour of need.
Where are you going, Hermes?
Anywhere!
Get in. Voluminous obligations. Dude, sir, de nada. Where are you headed? Well, New York City is my final destination. And New York City it shall be. We are listing that way as I speak. You're in luck. Raging. What's your name? Puck? Skeeter? As in mosquito? Right on. Do your friends call you that because you annoy them in the mode of that insect? How'd you know that? I've been around.
And around he go. Where he gonna stop? Nobody gonna know.
Rare scare. Who's that? Don't freak. That's only Kabzakaka, my ward, the adopted son of my ex-lover, Abraham. Oh, are you gay? Homosexual. I've been one for 70 years. I'm not gonna go gay now. Call me fairy, call me pansy, call me faggot. If you like, you may call me nasty old faggot. But call me. Condolences on the expiration of your lover, Abe. Oh no, he's alive. Oh, well, why'd you adopt Kabusakok then? I don't know. Well, where's Abe? Not entirely sure. Last I heard, his mental derangement went out of range even for the Buddhists on the Buddhist farm. Packed him off to an asylum somewhere in New Hampshire, I hazard.
Threading up a cement mountain, I came across 6 archangels with corrugated aluminum wings. I asked them their names. They said their names were Fredo, like the brother that gets killed in the Godfather movies. Junko, as in junk bonds. Parmesetti, like the cheese that you buy to sprinkle on your spaghettis. Lisa, a common name. Bad breath mouth, a name of self-evident origins. And Wendell, to signify nothing. I climbed aboard their metallic monkey backs, and we flew to McDonald's and had McMuffins. It was a good day. The sun behind the net of clouds looked like a leaking, rusted gas tank afloat in a burnt red ocean. I smiled goodbye to the day as it came to a close. Daddy Julian, can we go to McDonald's?
Now, go back to the land of Nod. You're freaking out young Mr. Kerouac here. What would be the origin of Cabusa Kook's name? Kabzakaka. It's short for Cabeza de Caca. Means shithead in Mexican. We picked it up when we were living in the Sierra Madre. Au natural. 10 years. Thin air. Pure heavy drugs. No friends. Should have stayed. Raging. And your name's Julian? You're bright. You're sharp, mosquito boy. You're bright as a penny. You're not of these orthodoxic eastern states, are ya? You're from the utopic west. Correcto. Oregon. Ah, white supremacist encampments. Yeah. Are you a Nazi?
Nah.
Are you? No, just checking.
Well, nah, I come to coast mostly. I loiter down Cali way. I rave. Heard of that?
Heard of it? I invented it in Dream in 1949.
Is that on the veritable side of the slope?
Listen, Detective Spade, I've already told you I'm a 70-year-old faggot. Why would I lie to you about inventing the raving movement?
Well, it's called rave, you know, as in I rave, we rave, rave on, brother, rave on, radical.
I get it, Alfonso. Allow me to introduce myself. Julian Pritchard Beach. And this is my car, Miranda.
Beauteous car. What's the age on her?
Miranda is 35 years of age and a virgin.
Right on.
What about you? Are you a virgin? Don't get me wrong. I'm a fairy, not a pedophile. I don't care for boys under 40.
Nah.
You've done the wild waltz? How many times?
We'll see, say, yes. Countless.
Countless?
Nah.
So as far as faggot, you are a virgin.
That'd be correcto.
And what brings you to the evil citadel, lad?
I'm paying a rite of passage type visit to my Aunt Jeanette. She's a healing professional of the pagan wave.
Who dwells?
North Manhattan.
East, west, east,
764 78th Street near Lexington Street.
Auntie Jeanette has healed many rich sickies. Upper East Side, Manhattan. Dig?
I guess.
My simpleton hallucinator and I roost out in a slum palace. Domain of Flatbush, Brooklyn, Fife. But seeing as you are at least partially a virgin, Miranda here has consented to bear ye to your aunties.
Repetitiously, I thank ye.
De nada, mosquito. De nada.
Daddy! The razored flower petals fall like foil of a baked sweet potato. To my eyes are heater coils. My eyes hurt and I need to piss. But the river is dry. The river is gone. The river is flooded and it's melting. It's melting. The ice is melting.
Kabzakaka, unhand the lad. This'll give him a bad impression of our famous metropolis. Kabzakaka.
McDonald's!
Yes, okie doke. McDonald's. Now unhand the child. He'll doze the rest of the way to McDonald's. Sorry about that.
Poor
pull over and let me the fuck out of the car, dude? Skeeter, what's the trouble, kid? On my hitch across this country, I've had enough attempts made on my life, my so-called liberty, and my pursuit of whatever to last me 3 lifetimes at the least. Now pull over and let me out. I'll walk the rest of the way. Ah, don't freak. This is good for you. Welcome to our greatest, our maddest city. You'll like it. Calm down, dear. Stop crying, you twat addict. Huh? But you're supposed to be his dad, old dude, and you're not even straight. What in heathen's name has that got to do with it? Nothing! But he tried to strangle me, old dude. He didn't mean it. Stop the car! Stop the car! Close that door! Close that door! I'm 7 years old and I don't give one butt full of shit about buying it! I'll crash the car! Try me! You know what your trouble is, Hermes? You need a granddaddy. Tell you what, I'll adopt you too. Can we go to a diner then instead of a McDonald's? Okie doke, I'll buy you a Coke. Happy returns, dude. Rewind on how you invented rave. There it is, you see it. There's New York City. Oh, I do. Of all the towns in all the world, why'd you have to end up in this one? There's a Hojo's up ahead. Strawberry shakes for one and for all. This is your first approach to the profane Mecca, lad. You must savor the approach. I am. Truth! Most voraciously. I can see that you are. I can see that you'll like it. Let's turn here. Put it off some moments more. Linger on the ledge of anticipation.
Bill came home after the war, Sonia, you see, and we were still officially married, although I think we both privately knew that it had to be over. I'd been living in New York City and nursing half-dead soldiers throughout the war. I'd fallen in love with almost all of them, but I didn't have the heart to have the romance with any of them. It wasn't on Bill's account. It was those poor soldiers. Trading promises with them seemed like such an insult at that stage. Do you understand at all what I mean, dear? Was he? Your ex-boyfriend was in Vietnam? Well, then I'm sure you do. Why are you standing on your feet, Sonia? Sit down for your break, for God's sake. What are you having, the tuna? How do you stand working with ruffians like Connie here at the Blue Ship Dump? He's your brother-in-law? Constantinopolis is your brother-in-law? Is your husband Greek, dear? Oh, let me see your ring. Oh, that's very nice. It's very, very nice. Is he, what do they call it? Is your husband, a macho? He is? Oh, good. Well, then you'll enjoy the story of how I divorced Bill. Bill was discharged after the war, and he came immediately back to New York. And first thing, we went out to supper with my family, which was naturally god-awful. And so we were in a cab, because Bill was boarding with an army chum, and I was still rooming at a woman's residence at the time. So Bill says to me, Violet, I think tomorrow I'm going to go and buy a brand new hunting rifle And then Roy, that was his chum, Roy and I are gonna go hunting. Well, I thought this was a particularly idiotic plan. But I spent my girlhood summers on my uncle's estate in New Jersey, and he was a hunting man, you see. And I'd do almost anything to get away from my immediate family. My mother, my father, my brothers, my sister, all of them were terribly nice and terribly dull. But my uncle, he was a different sort. He was stern and cross, and he was rather a cruel man, actually, but he enjoyed life. Well, at any rate, he enjoyed killing things. Taught me how to do it, how to shoot a deer and skin it and trim it and quarter it. So I said to Bill, I said, right, I'll go with you. Bill didn't like this, you see, because despite the fact that he was a writer, perhaps on account of it, and he was in essence a bookish fop of a man, he had his heart set on doing mannish things. And I thought the war would cure him of that, but I found out differently. So Roy, another fella, Sam, his girl Joan, and I all went out and we stayed in a lodge somewhere outside of Poughkeepsie. And I got up first thing in the morning and I put on trousers and a big flannel shirt and big boots, and I was ready to go with them, and Bill said to me, what are you doing? Stay here with Joan, keep her company, be a good sport. So I did. We sat there all day in the main room at the lodge. There was a fireplace, I still remember, and a plaid couch and plaid pillows. And I remember also there were oil paintings hung everywhere of Scotsmen in kilts. We couldn't figure that part out. Joan and I spent half the day talking about it. Joan was a snappy girl. She had very red lipstick. It was redder than mine. And mine was red, Sonia. Very, very red. I still remember to this day what she wore. She wore this little blue tartan jacket and matching red silk jodhpurs with a red tartan cap pinned into her blue black hair. Men hated it. I thought it was grand, you know, an impossible to wear sort of way, but somehow she wore it, so I thought it was grand. So we sat there all day at the lodge, excuse me, and first we ordered breakfast, then we ordered lunch, then the men still hadn't returned. We thought we'd wait for the fellows to come back to order supper. So we ordered a round of drinks. It got quite dark. We pulled a little blanket over our feet. And the men still went back, so we ordered another round of drinks. And then we ordered another round and another round. We ordered several more rounds of drinks. We were crocked by the time the men got back at 11:30, not to mention starving. They brought a deer, but they hadn't killed it properly. They were covered in blood from it, and it hadn't been trussed properly. And something was terribly wrong, but they wouldn't tell us what it was. Are you interested, Sonia dear? Would you rather rest during your break? No? Good, good. Connie, could I have some more hot water, please? Balzac, would you please stop wriggling in my lap? Good poodle. Good poodle. So we saw all this when we wobbled out into the yard. They had a sort of shed out there for hunters to string up their game. And apparently they'd shot the deer in the wrong place, somewhere below the gut, and then argued about how best to kill it. Or at least that's as much as they would tell us. It was some inscrutable point of honor or other. Apart from being stewed, and I was suddenly quite angry when I saw that the deer still had a bit of life left in it. And Joan was screaming at Sam. I shook her. I said, get the men washed up. And then I took Bill's gun and I shot the deer in the heart. The men went silent. I kept hollering at them, will you please tell us what on earth is going on? They wouldn't. They'd only look at Bill. Well, the next morning, Bill sat on the edge of our bed and he said to me, Violet, I don't think I can be married to your sort of a woman. And I said, well, what sort of a woman is that? And he said, a woman who would kill a deer like that. And I said, well, I don't think I can be married to a man who wouldn't. And so we were divorced. Isn't that swell? Oh, don't look so horrified, Sonia. I was remarried and divorced at least twice after. How's the tuna, dear?
How do you shift it? Clem, just shift. Oh, I can't. This is too excessive. Would you do it for me? Here. God, Clem, don't act like you're so learning impeded. Right. Watch out for that man. God. Right. Your parents' VW is so stoked. Did you tell them that you're teaching me how to drive? Bling, bling, bling? No, of course not. Clove, take your foot off the gas. Which foot is it? That one! Oh! Brad. Oh, maybe we shouldn't go up there. Why not? It's just 20 miles up the coast. Yeah, but we could have just stayed in Cruise. Oh, right. I driven around Main Square and loitered with all those tweakers and gotten radically catatonic. What are you putting in? The new SJ's holiday tape. Rad. Oh, John Doe's telephone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you say you don't love me anymore. So let's just put kneecaps on our heads and go browsing boutique stores and fly at the sun. I hope we don't get sunburned. That was so rare, spasmodic, and burning with rage when SJ jumped off the head of that jack-in-the-box and flew over that parking lot singing this with those fake wings and she didn't get smushed. And Suicide Watch, Actual Death was all there being all, oh, you mean this isn't a suicide like? You mean she didn't get smushed? I love that program to excess. You have no idea how trauma-like that Suicide Watch news crew was the night that you drowned at the rave. Are you sure you want to go back up there? Why do you keep being all, are you sure? Are you sure? What are you so trepidatious on? I think just maybe that beach might be cursed. Why? Watch out! Why? Because of the dead sea lion? Or because I almost drowned? Or watch out! Well, why? Watch out! That truck! Ah! Pull over! Ah, God! Right. I better drive. Okay. Let's get tweaked. I need to get tweaked. Rad. Oh, maybe that was an omen, and we shouldn't go up there. Sable, tune your ear Ever since that night at the rave, I am being haunted by Cobain the friendly ghost. He wants something for saving me from the frisky sea and putting me in those Brussels sprout fields. But what I don't get is why is he all the way down here in Cali when his thing happened all the way up by Puget Sound? I don't know. That's why I want to go back up to the Brussels sprout fields and look for a sign. A sign of what? Ever. Get out the map. Okay. Oh, it's all plastic wrapped. I love that smell. What do we need a map for? We're just going straight up the coast. To look for a sign up our spines. Why is Cobain haunting Queen Calithia? 'Cause the cliffs are far or near. In Cali, 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 Shiva. Cali is the end of the calendar. Yeah, cliffs of flowers, fornicating. Yeah, Eureka, Manteca, Vacaville, Yuba. Vacaville, Yuba, Vacayuna, Vacayuna, Vacayuna. Bakersfield, Bakersfield. Shake and bake, shake and bake, shake and bake in Bakersfield. Shake and quick, 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 quick. Pack your bags and leave her. Nah, yeah, nah, yeah, 'cause she's quaking and she's shaking and she's coming down, down, down. Right on. We have to start our own band. We are way better than S.J. Salome without a grave doubt. It's totally our karma. But first we have to decide what instruments that we're going to play, and we have to learn how to play them. No, first we have to devise a name. I know, how about the Tweakers? The Tweakers? Yeah, because we're always tweaked when we write our songs. Sounds kind of flaccid to me. You're just whacking on an egg slope. Now you're talking like a surf rave. Yeah. Like that dude Skeeter that you're so ultra slobbery over. He's a surf rave. No, he's not. No. Haha. Yes, he is. He's all like, let's slide off on the copulating side of the slope, girl, dude. And all like that. Ta. He said that to you? Yeah. I was the one getting all slithery with him before you poached him off of me, you trespassing tangerine tart. Well, if he ever comes back, then you can just have him, all right? You're gonna get all Juliette Lewis. I'm all Juliette Lewis. In point of fact, you are twitching more than a tad, Jennifer Jason Leigh. This is just waxing all single white female, all right? If he ever comes back to your ear, say, well, you can have him. No, you can have him. Never mind. We're at the Brussels sprouts farm. We're here. Oh, right, look. These are the Brussels sprouts. I was hanging out with them and rapping with them all engrossively and shit. I thought I was underwater until the state troopers came. Oh, whoa, hey, Brussels sprouts, whoa.
¿Ella es la misma? Sí, está ella. ¿La loca desnuda? Sí, es la loca desnuda. ¿Seguro? Seguro. ¿Sí? Pregúntale sobre el espectro.
Oh, whoa, Sable. Look, these are the farm worker dudes who found me and called the troopers. Hey, hi.
Pregúntale. My friend want to tell you, you make no sleep, come awake, espíritu o fantasma.
Oh God, Clove, they're talking about a ghost.
Yes, he's ghost. He say, I am Cobain, the friendly ghost.
Oh God. See, Sable, I told you I wasn't all deluded. I told you I was being totally realistic. This is too rare. This is uncooked.
¿Ella lo conoces? Sí. The ghost, you know him?
Yeah, well, everybody does. It's Cobain.
See,
Cobain, Nirvana.
yes.
Da 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 da
See, him like musica. Him come from El Pacifico, the ocean. See?
He is haunting me.
Quick also, he is shouting.
He wants something because he killed he.
Qué lástima, murió en pecado mortal. Oh, he give he head, you give you head. Sí, una sacrificio.
Claude, I just finished studying about Aztecs and Western days and ways, and I think that we should get back in my parents' PW. These are Mexicans, Sable. Yeah?
He need you give him something to make him sleep.
I understand. Claude, I'm leaving without you! I'm leaving without you! Let's speed! Wait!
Hay una Brussels sprout para ti.
Gracias.
Gracias.
I'm leaving without you, Claude! Bye! Bye.
Qué raro, ¿no? Sí, qué raro.
Rashid, this is my nephew, Ezekiel. Oh, what, honey?
Skeeter.
Oh, he likes to be called Skeeter. He just hitchhiked all the way across the country to visit me. Isn't that mythic? He's from Oregon. My sister Linda lives in Oregon. He's only 16 years old. Isn't that great? Well, you know, kids these days. I know, it's bad, but you know, kids these days. Oh, look at this. I love this. This little poodle comes running out of the diner, and it buys a pack of Chesterfields every day. So cute. And then it goes running right back into the diner. Isn't that cute? I love that. Yeah, let me get a pack of Merit 100s. No, not that one. The plastic wrap is off that one. Who knows, right? No, thanks, Rashid. I don't need a newspaper. I don't like to listen to worldly vibrations. I just can't absorb them this early in the morning. That's true. Bye. Have a nice day. He's right, you know, honey, I never read the paper. But don't tell your mother Linda that, because she's very political. Out there on the West Coast, it's a different political climate. You know, it's much more political in the craft. You know, here in the East Coast, mostly we just teach seminars. That's what I'm doing today. I'm teaching Reigning the Inner Domain. It's about trying to find control inwardly, you know, in. Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, that's all right, Antoinette. But are you all right?
I'm fine, honey. I just don't like to leave you alone on your first day. Taxi! But here's some money. You'll have a good time. Be careful on the streets. If you get lost or anybody bothers you, focus on cobalt blue. That's your protector being's color. Or call a cop. Bye, honey. Now,
all right, Antoinette, but in scrutinizing your continence, I have to announce I infer a love trouble of some type.
Oh, you and your mother Linda are too fucking piercing. All right, if you must know, honey, Auntie Jeanette is having an affair.
Raving.
Not so raving. I'll tell you all about it back at the apartment, okay? Bye, sweetie. Epiphany Institute, 51st and Madison, and step on it. Bye.
Bye, Antoinette. Hello, New York City.